Every time you explain yourself, you hand over a piece of your power, and most people don't even realize they're doing it. Picture this. A woman walks into a coffee shop. She says sorry for waiting too long to order. She apologizes for asking for oat milk. And then she apologizes again for paying with change. 3 apologies in under 2 minutes. Not because she was rude, not because she was wrong, but because she felt the need to defend her existence. That's the invisible trap so many of us are stuck in. And the more you explain yourself, the smaller you become in the eyes of the world. But the day you stop, everything changes.
You've probably done it today. Maybe you told a friend, "Sorry, I can't come tonight. I'm just exhausted. My boss dumped a ton of work on me." That whole speech could have been summed up in 4 words. I can't make it. It feels polite, but it's training you to believe your choices are only valid if you defend them. All those little explanations create one big message. I need your approval to exist the way I am. And that habit, it didn't come from nowhere.
Think back. How many times were you told, "Stop crying, you're fine," when you clearly weren't fine? Or scolded for making a scene when you were just expressing real emotions? These moments seem small, but they're not. They wire the brain to doubt its own feelings. And when you don't trust yourself, you start begging for permission in the form of justifications. Fast forward years later, and you're still doing it. Every sorry, every because, every I just. That's the voice of that child still fighting to be allowed to feel what they feel. But what happens when you stop? The entire dynamic shifts.
Here's the truth. Every explanation is like a discount coupon for your self-worth. Imagine an employee asking for vacation. One says, "I'd like a week off in July." Confident, simple. The other nervously over-explains, "I've been stressed, my family's asking, it's only 3 days, I promise I'll work late to make up for it." Which version sounds like someone who believes they deserve it? Which sounds like someone begging? Over-explaining doesn't just weaken your words, it attracts manipulators who thrive on insecurity. But when you stop discounting yourself, silence speaks louder than any justification ever could.
The first time you don't explain yourself, it feels like standing in fire. Someone asks, "Want to hang out?" You answer, "No, I can't." Silence. Your brain screams, "Add something. Say you're tired. Fill the gap before it gets awkward." But that's just the withdrawal from validation. If you survive that discomfort, something radical happens. People stop seeing you as defensive. They start seeing you as someone who owns their choices.
Think about a controlling partner asking, "Why didn't you answer right away?" The old you panics. "Sorry, I was cooking dinner. I didn't hear it. I'll keep my phone closer next time." The new you simply says, "I was busy." No apology, no defense, no loophole for them to exploit. And suddenly, the dynamic flips. Silence is terrifying, not for you, but for everyone who relied on your justifications to control you. At work, in dating, in friendships, people sense it. They treat you differently. But here's the twist. Not everyone will celebrate this shift.
The moment you stop explaining yourself, manipulators start to disappear. That friend who always guilt-tripped you? Gone. That boss who thrived on you begging, they either respect you or move on to someone else. At first, it feels like loss. You wonder if you're pushing people away. But really, silence acts like a filter. The ones who only wanted your justifications fall away. The ones who value you for you, they stay. And what's left isn't just better relationships, it's a stronger version of you. The biggest shift isn't how others see you, it's how you see yourself. For the first time, you realize your choices are valid simply because you chose them. Your feelings matter because you feel them. Picture this. Someone asks, "Why don't you drink?" The old you launches into a speech about health, family, early mornings. The new you simply says, "I don't want to." No guilt, no defense, just truth. That's psychological integrity, trusting yourself without proof. And once you taste that, the anxiety and overthinking begin to fade.
Here's the paradox. The less you explain, the more magnetic you become. Two people pitch an idea. One oversells, defends, rambles. The other calmly presents it and leaves it there. Guess whose idea lands harder? That's the power of non-explanation. It's not arrogance, it's authority. It's quiet confidence. People can feel it. They lean in, they respect it, they're drawn to it. Because in a world drowning in noise, silence is rare, and silence is power. You don't need to justify who you are. You don't need to explain your feelings, your choices, your life. The day you stop explaining yourself is the day everything begins to change. So here's the truth. The world doesn't need more explanations. It needs more people willing to stand in silence, to own their choices, and to live without apology. Because the day you stop defending who you are is the day people finally see you for who you've been all along. If this message hit you, it's probably because deep down you know it's time to step into that power yourself. So let this be the moment you stop shrinking, stop justifying, and start living unapologetically. And if you want more insights like this, the kind that challenge the way you think and flip the script on how you see yourself, make sure you hit subscribe. Because this isn't just a video, it's a movement toward becoming untouchable, unshakable, and free. So what's the first thing in your life you're going to stop explaining? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to read it.